Good morning, friends and family. It's me, Heather. I am doing these quick, easy, low production videos just for my friends and family. So please bear with me. Don't judge the mess all around me. I did just move and I'm getting situated. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to do this every morning. We'll see how long it lasts. I hope you like it. Please comment, share, or give me a buzz directly. So, all right, let's get started. If you have a block or possibly some big like textbooks or something, grab those. Those will help us throughout. And we'll get started in a seated position so you can sit on top of the block. What that does is it helps to raise your hips so that there's not as much pressure on them. And I'm gonna bring my legs to an easy cross-legged position where they're not actually crossing, they're not stacking, they're just in front. And we'll sit up nice and tall. Go ahead and close your eyes. If you're in the beginning part of your day, place your palms up. If you're at the end of your day, you can place your palms down. Take a big breath in, let the air travel all the way to the top of your head, and then exhale, let it go all the way down to your sacrum. Continue to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. The breath becomes audible like the sound of the ocean as we inhale and exhale deeply through the nose. They call it Ujjayi breath. And it creates prana, energy inside of our bodies. You can set your intention or your sankalpa for this practice, which can either be one word or maybe a phrase. Is there anything that you want to focus on today? Anything that you want to embody? For me, it's discipline, the word discipline. I am disciplined. I am whole. I am in control. All right, now blink your eyes open. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Close your palms, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, spread the fingers wide all the way to the mat. Take your chin to your chest and hang out here for a moment. Maybe turn your head to the left, keeping your chin tucked in. Turn your head to the right. Letting that neck go, still stretching out through your fingertips. Now inhale, reach up, look up as you do. And exhale once again, arms come down to your sides, chin to your chest. Inhale, reach up. Now exhale, drop the left arm, right arm comes over. You can look up or you can look down. Inhale, reach up, other arm. And once more, and then bring the hands to your heart. Now remove the block and come into a tabletop position or all fours. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I have another block handy here for me. It is first thing in the morning for me. We can always be a little bit stiff. That's completely understandable. All right, so setting up in this tabletop position, you want to make sure to spread through your fingers, and you're going to press more heavily on the L shape, the index finger and thumb, but really pressing into those palms, always pressing into those palms, and press on the tops of the feet. So first things first, extend through the crown of your head. So I want you to create this space between your ear and your shoulder. So press the crown of your head forward and extend all the way to your tailbone. So create this nice flat spine. And then drop the belly, inhale, come into a cow pose, look up. Exhale, round the spine, shift back slightly into cat. Inhale to cow and start to flow with your breath. So we move Forwards and backwards, moving from this back bend. You can get an extra little hip shake or head shake, or maybe rolling out the spine. And then rounding the spine back to cat, like a scared cat. All right, couple more times here. And then come back to your tabletop position. Extend through your right leg. You're gonna point your toes down and then take the left arm out. So you're gonna use your core here. Pull the belly button up to your spine. Engage your core. Spread through those fingertips. Now inhale, crunch it all in. And then exhale, extend. And then take the arm and the leg out to opposite sides, okay? So you're opening up the outer hip. You may not be able to see my legs so well right now. We'll come back to the center. Let's do it again. Inhale, crunch in. Exhale, extend. Take it out to the side. Last one. Inhale, crunch in. Extend. Take it out to the side. Come back to the center and release. Go to the other side if you need to reset up your tabletop. Do that. Make sure you are really balanced in this tabletop position. All right, other side, left leg extends, toes point down. Realign those hips. You want them on the same plane. And then right arm, take it out long. Pull up the core here. Use your strength. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. Arm and leg out to the side. If you just move it slightly out, no worries. Wherever movement you are, that's fine. Now come back to the center. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. Take it out to the side. Last one. Inhale, crunch. Focus on your breath as you move. Connect the breath and the movement. And return. Now I want your big toes to touch. Your knees come wide. Walk your hands out in front of you. We're coming into a child's pose. I want you to go back to your breath here. Stay in child's pose. Relax your forehead onto the mat if it will allow you. You can always bring a block in between your forehead and the mat to bring the earth closer. Couple more breaths here. In through the nose, out through the nose, that Ujjayi breath. All right, now from here, we will come into a high plank with our knees lowered. So adjust as you need to. We'll take the toes apart. Pull the knees as wide as your hips. And now we are in setting up for this, our first chaturanga. So we're going to come forward. I want you to keep your elbows tucked in, like they are glued to the sides of your body, okay? Now we're gonna go slow as possible. Chaturanga or push up all the way down to the ground. Release your feet. Now, elbows still drawn into your sides. Inhale, lift, and turn to the right, dropping that right shoulder. And back to the center. Let's go down. Inhale, lift, turn to the other side. And back down. Now inhale, lift to cobra. Elbows slightly bent, still tucking them into the sides, pressing into your pelvic floor. Now exhale, release. And we're gonna push back to downward dog. Now in this first downward dog, you may want to pedal out your feet. Keep breathing and let the crown of your head be heavy. So you're just gonna let the head fall. Continue to send your hips back. You press into your palms and send the hips back. We don't ever want to be like this, hovering on our shoulders. If your shoulders are hurting, you're probably doing this wrong. Send your hips back, press into your palms, and create a nice wide upper back. All right, now look in between your hands, take baby steps all the way. Walk your feet to the heels of your hands. I want you to hang in ragdoll, so bend in your knees, let your chest be heavy. You can grab either elbow, sway side to side. And then let the arms dangle on the side, slowly roll up. Vertebrae by vertebrae, roll the shoulders down and back. Ah, feels so nice. Roll them to the front. All right, now let's flow. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale to a half lift. Half lift is a flat back, so you're extending through the crown of your head. I want a nice long line from the crown of your head all the way to the base of your spine. Hands to shins. Exhale, release. Step back into a high plank. You can always lower your knees if you want, or come with me, keeping the knees lifted. Slowly lower all the way down. Once again, elbows stay tucked in. Inhale, lift to cobra. Now if your cobra is right here, totally fine. You don't have to go all the way as far as I am going today. All right, we're gonna go back to downward dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out your mouth. Sigh it out, shake it out. Look in between your hands and step or float to the front of your mat. Now inhale to a half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And let's go right back into it. Take a half lift, hands to shins, stretch out through the crown of the head. Plant the palms, step back, high plank. Shifting forward to your tiptoes, shifting back, shifting forward, stretching out those calves. And we'll shift forward to the tiptoes, slow and controlled, lower down to cobra, or come up into up dog, where your thighs are lifted off the ground. And back to down dog. Take a breath in. Exhale it out. Look in between the hands, step or float to the front of the mat. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And I want you to take steeple fingers. So interlace your fingers, only your index fingers still pointing out. And we're going to lean to the left. Inhale, lift, lean to the right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back into your high plank. All right, from this high plank, I want you to stay here for a couple breaths, hovering maybe back and forth, sliding to the tiptoes, to the balls of the feet. All right, now shift forward and we'll take a chaturanga to cobra or up dog. Now, important thing on your chaturanga is you don't ever want to bend to where you go past your elbows. So your body should never sink down lower than the elbow. Once you get to that space, then you need to transition and come out. All right, let's all meet back in downward dog. Take a breath. Now inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. And then we're gonna take knee to same elbow. And then lower down, knee to same wrist. Cross the body over to the other wrist. Lift up to your elbow. Now back up to the center. Turn, take scorpion tail, heel to glute. You're gonna stack your hips and bring it back to the top. Inhale, crunch knee to nose and step it through, low lunge. This is maybe where you wanna have your blocks handy. Again, if you don't have the blocks, then maybe it is a set of textbooks that will work. As you can see, I have a limited space I'm working with here, but that is all right. We're gonna make it work. All right, so we're in a low lunge here with the right leg in between. And using your blocks or not, start to find some movement, shifting forwards and backwards. I want you to breathe as you do this. Okay, now come back to the front. Let's take an easy twist. Left hand stays down, right arm lifts. You can look up or down, your choice. Now I want you to lift up in the back knee if it's not already. For a little bit more, squeezing those glutes. All right, bring the hand down. Step back into your high plank. Let's take a chaturanga, or you can skip it and go straight to down dog, your choice. And we'll pedal out here. Now left leg lifts into the air. Crunch forward, knee to same elbow. We're gonna hover and then bring it down to the same wrist. Cross the body to the opposite wrist, up to the elbow, and back into the sky. Now turn, take scorpion tail. So bring your heel to your glutes. And back through the center to low lunge. Stepping it through to low lunge. You have your blocks here. Let's drop that back knee, settle in. You can go forwards and backwards. Loosen up the back of the leg. Coming forward, sinking into that hip. Backwards, you get that hamstring stretch. Stay in tune with your body. That's what yoga is all about. All right, back to the center. Let's take an easy twist. Right arm stays planted, left arm lifts. Now you don't have to keep it in a straight line. If you want to open up your chest more, feel free. All right, back to the center. And lift up through that back knee for a little bit extra. And we'll bring the hand down. Let's take a chaturanga. Step back to your high plank. Shifting forward, lower down to cobra or up dog. And back to down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Look in between your hands, step or float to the front. Inhale to a half lift, hands to shins, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Close the palms at the top and sink down into chair pose. Your legs are big muscles, therefore when we strengthen them, when we use our legs, our entire body is becoming warm and energetic. All right, bring your hands down to your chest, sink down a little lower. Now I want you to inhale, twist to the left, up level, opening up your arms or keep them here. Do what your body tells you. Come back to the center, sit down a little lower, go to the other side. All right, from here, sweep the hands on the ground and then inhale, lift to mountain pose. Nice job, hands to your heart. Open up to a wide leg stance. Doesn't really matter which way that you're going, just make sure that you can still see me. All right, take your feet parallel to one another. Take your hands to your low back, to your hips. Now I want you to draw your elbows back. I want you to feel your shoulder blades sit on top of your back, okay? Now inhale here, puff open your chest, slight bend in the knees, hinge forward at the hips. I want you to come halfway. So it's that flat back position, okay? Now you can take your palms, bring them up towards the ceiling. All right, so hold here. You should be feeling this in the backs of your legs, also in your low back. So many people with back problems, they really need to strengthen the muscles around there. Or with a hip problem, we strengthen the muscles around it. We need to work all around that joint and the muscles and the tissues to make sure that they work cohesively. All right, release, come down to your forward fold. Walk your hands to the right. Hold there, keeping your feet in the same position. You should feel that stretch maybe in the outside of your calf or maybe on the inside. Now walk your hands to the other direction, hold there. Keep breathing. Keep that ujjayi breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Come back through to the center. And I want you to take your feet out to either corner, adjusting them, kind of widen your stance a little bit, and now your toes are pointing to either corner. We're gonna sink down into a goddess pose. So goddess pose, make sure that your knees and your toes are going in the same direction. So do a quick check. Look at your knees. Where are they pointing? Are your toes in alignment? If not, adjust the toes. Move them in, move them out. Maybe, wiggle your stance in a little bit. So let's sink down in this goddess pose. Maybe pulse it out if that feels okay. You want to draw this tailbone in. So nice, tall spine. All right, now star pose, straighten those legs. And sink down once again for just a couple breaths. You got it. Release, star pose. Now turn the right foot to the front. Turn the left foot at a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to bend into this front leg so that you're in a warrior two. So you're going to, again, check your knee, make sure it's going straight and that your toes are in the same direction. The back foot is the front foot is almost dissecting that back foot, like a perpendicular except for the 45-degree angle. Staring over your middle finger, drishti in the front. And then we're gonna flip that front palm, take it back, keeping that front leg bent. Still bend into that front leg. Come back to your warrior two, shift forward, drop the right arm to the mat or block. Block on the inside of your foot, the left arm comes up over your head. You want a nice side body stretch. Keep breathing. All right, back to your warrior two. Now I want you to bring this arm forward to a warrior one. You may need to readjust. So warrior one, same feet as warrior two, but now your hips shift so that they're square to the front. I want you to keep bending into this front leg. If you can, your thighs should be parallel to the ground. Okay, with hips straight ahead, we're gonna hold here. Breathe in, drop the shoulders. Now pivot that back heel up, just a slight movement. Now we're in a high lunge. And breathe. Now bring the hands down to the mat, step back into a high plank. Shift forward for a chaturanga to cobra or up dog. If you don't want to do this, take a cat-cow or meet back in downward dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Now take a look in between your hands and step or float to the front. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to your heart. Come into that wide leg stance. All right, now from here, we're gonna go to the other side. So take the left foot forward this time. I'm gonna be going the opposite direction so that you can see me right. Just follow along, make sure that you're following along with the left foot in front this time, and we'll do the same movements. All right, so first thing, set up for your warrior two. So now, again, you can see this back foot is at this 45-degree angle. I'm gonna sink into this front knee, square your hips to the long edge of your mat, arms come up, staring over that middle finger, drishti. Just breathe. All right, now flip that left palm, take it back, reverse warrior, then other hand can just slide down on your thigh. come back to your warrior two, shift forward, extended side angle. So this left arm to the floor, to a block, or maybe just a hover. This other arm stretches up over your head, over your ear. Long side body stretch. Inhale back to your warrior two. And then we're gonna go to warrior one. So you're just moving your hips to square to the front, or to, in my case, the back, the short edge of your mat. Both arms up, relax your shoulders. Sink into that leg a little bit more, bend in the knee. Now pop up the back heel. Now we're in a high lunge, relax the shoulders. Hands come down, step back into your high plank. Take a chaturanga, last one. And back to downward dog. Let all your breath go. Sigh it out, shake out your head. Now drop your knees to the mat. Come to a sit down. I want you to bring your legs out in front of you. Staff pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. All right, now come up. Bring the right leg into your chest. Give that leg a hug. Do you feel that in your hip? Keep your bottom toes flexed. Now hug in this leg. And then we're gonna inhale, sit up tall, and then start to twist. Maybe locking that elbow on the knee. Keep breathing. We're cooling down now. The hard part is over. All right, untwist, leaving the leg here. We're gonna just drop that right foot right on top of the other one, wherever it lands. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. You should really feel this one in the hamstring. Another thing is, even my forward fold in this position, I'm not going far. Do not hunch your back. It's not about bringing your chest towards your thighs. It is truly about elongating out and over. Either way, if you feel it in your hamstring, you're doing it right. Okay, now let's switch. Left knee in towards your chest. Give that guy a hug. Guy or girl, give them a hug. I don't know if your knee has masculine, feminine energy. Who knows? All right, now inhale, sit up nice and tall, then start to twist. Looking over your shoulder, maybe locking that elbow on your knee. Inhale, come back to the center. Release that leg right on top. Let it fall where it does. Keep those bottom toes flexed towards you. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Breathe. Maybe with each exhale, you get a little deeper. All right, now release. Last thing, come into a butterfly. Bottoms of the feet touch. Baddha Konasana in Sanskrit. It's my favorite word to say in Sanskrit. I'm so happy that you guys joined me today. You can do this video anywhere, anytime. Like I said, I will have more, hopefully get a little bit more improvement each time. Today was just really, we're straight out of bed. I thought, I'm gonna make a yoga video for you guys, and I'm so glad that I did, because I feel better. So jumpstart your day with this every day. These basic movements that are so good for you. And so we will end now with what I call Shavasana, what everyone calls Shavasana. And that is where you just lay down. So if you prefer like a seated meditation right now, cool, do that. If you're done, turn the video off. It's your practice, it really is. You make it how you want. So one thing I really like to do is recline butterfly. And that is butterfly where we just were, but lying down and maybe using the blocks underneath your legs like this, just so that you don't have to do any work, so that it truly lets you relax. I'm just gonna tilt this camera down slightly. Maybe that worked, maybe not. All right, so set up for your Shavasana. There's nothing more left to do, so lie down, close your eyes, relax, let your breath return to normal. Listen to the sound of my voice, I'll guide you. All right. So you can place your palms facing up, like I said, if it's the beginning of your day, maybe down if it's the end. Just relax your body. I want you to continue to focus on your breath. How does your breath sound now? What does your body feel like now? Do you have thoughts racing in your head? Are you panting because you're out of breath? Tune in with yourself. It's a perfect moment when there's nothing more left going on to just be still, silent, and listen. And just know that you can take this practice with you. The focus on the breath or the discipline in the action. Any of these things we learn in yoga, you can do in your regular life as well. All right, now slowly start to wake up. Wiggle those fingers, the toes. Pull the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big hug. Maybe a full body stretch, anything else more that you need. Rotate the ankles, the wrists. And then we'll roll to one side. Help ourselves up. We'll come back to the seated position where we started. Bring your hands to your chest, prayer hands. Thank you so much for this practice today. The light in me sees, loves, and acknowledges the light in each one of you. Namaste.